have fallen into certain habits that are making me feel kind of out of touch with my usual self, or like the self that I'm used to the most and the most familiar with. Just things like going to bed really late and waking up late, going on my phone in the morning and then being tired and then kind of like meandering through the morning without clear intention. But I just wanted to speak about that because I also think it's just a natural process, and like it's nothing to like get mad at yourself about or wish things were another way. It's like we always have opportunities to change and readjust and get back on track if we come off track, and like there's no real track, you know, it's all just a winding road with blind corners. But yeah, I'm trying. I ended up going to bed at like 12:30 last night, and I am so tired this morning, but it's a sunny day and I feel such hope for myself to get back into routine and to restart these habits and to come back to the self that feels really familiar and really warm and like, you got this shit, you know? So all is well, despite my tired eyes and my late nights and late mornings and scrolls on my phone in the mornings at the moment. All is well. There's always a fresh start around the corner for us. It's all good.
Ritual are to the soul what physical food is to our body. In our country, when we wake up every morning, it is important to welcome ourselves from all the journeys that we have taken while we were asleep. So we wake up, we hold ourselves, and we welcome ourselves back from wherever we have been.
It's a new day, it's a new life for me. Nina Simone was absolutely onto it when she wrote that song, Feeling Good. It so encapsulates how I feel when I come back to like doing my little morning rituals and taking the time to sink into things that make me feel good and being more disciplined and not just falling into cycles of just doing things that are kind of like quick and easy ways to like feel good temporarily, like going on my phone in the morning and just not making an effort to do things that feel a little bit harder, like getting up earlier and stretching and sitting down and meditating and writing or reading. But then whenever I consistently do these practices, I'm like, oh yeah, true. I do feel good when I do those things. And I genuinely feel such a difference in my mind when I consistently have like a morning practice, because it feels like it programs my brain to like be a bit slower and not want everything really fast and quick. I feel like over the past week I've been feeling so like kind of rushed and pressured, and I haven't felt super like calm and at ease, even though where I am is so peaceful, so calm. I think I've been getting quite like stuck in a cycle of doing work and not prioritizing things that make me feel good in the morning. I feel like because I'm freelancing and working for myself, I'm my own boss right now, and I feel like I've been not a nice boss to myself at the moment. I've been like, okay, like you're late to work, you gotta get to work, let's sit down and do some work. And I've been noticing that I actually work better like later in the day, like later in the afternoon and like the early evening. So now I want to just like give my mornings back to myself and not worry about needing to sit down and get work done in the morning. And the great thing about working for yourself is that you can like change your schedule to work for you. You don't have to fit yourself into an existing like structure and mold. It's like you can create things for yourself. And that is what I am trying to do. trying to find more of a balance, figuring out what works for me, just like constantly stabilizing myself and like being like, okay, too much that way, let's go a bit more this way, and just like shifting the gears in myself, in my life, in my routines. But it looks like a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet. Make you want to move your dancing feet. Truly, the sun is shining. The weather is sweet. And I think that I want to go for a bit of a run this morning, because that's another thing that I notice about myself. When I do some sort of like physical activity in the morning, it makes me feel so, it's like a coffee. I just feel so much more like energized and like, whew, ready to get this day. Just, it's the endorphins, I think. So I want to go collect some endorphins on a run. I think because working on a laptop is so stagnant, like you're just sitting there tapping away with your fingers. If I haven't had a morning where I've like done things for myself and like done some exercise and gotten out and like seen the world and like been outside and felt fresh air and sunshine, I just feel like, what am I doing with my life? So let's live first and then work later. Oh, I sprained my ankle. Oh, she's a bit shaky, pero es porque estoy corriendo. I made a new running playlist and it's so good. Mira la vista. Oh. Yay. Gracias. It is a long way home. I like to run down, listening to music, in my zone, dancing, energy on 100. And then when I walk back up, I'm in silence and just like looking and listening. Absolutely fucking wonderful. My current breakfast obsession is Greek yogurt with some sort of fruit. Today I've got melon with pomegranate, walnuts, desiccated coconut, and honey. And I've also got peanut butter on this. I've been invited to some sort of gathering in the village today from the guy who works at the bakery. I feel like I try and stay as open to things as possible whilst I'm traveling, because I think it can be very easy to like close yourself off when you're solo traveling and just like stay in your own little bubble. I've been such a yes man lately when it comes to like people asking me to do stuff and going places. Instances where I probably wouldn't if I was at home. Like I feel like I'm such an introvert, and sometimes if I'm in group scenarios where the vibe's not right, it feels really draining. But at the same time, you're never going to know if the vibe's right or the vibe's not right unless you go to something. So just trying to be open. a good Greek salad honestly hits on another level. The crunch, the zest, the freshness, the saltiness, everything is hitting. It was so nice watching everyone dancing and listening to the music. And when I was standing there and I was just like clapping, watching everyone dance, taking it in, I was like, this is actually like such a fundamental part of our human nature. Just like song and dance and rhythm and movement and being together and having a sense of community and a sense of belonging. It's like so ubiquitous across every single like culture, every single tradition, and it's so beautiful. It's like something that we all have in our core. I don't know. I need to sit down and journal these thoughts out, because sometimes when I try and speak, I'm like, the thoughts don't really connect. They connect in my mind, and then I try and speak things out loud, and I'm like, wait, that's not what I was thinking. But when I write, I feel like things flow so much easier to me than when I speak. So I'm gonna eat this and then go to the beach and journal. It is time to go to the beach. Which beach do I want to go to? I think I want to go to the beach where I went for a run and I saw that beach down from where I was. I think I want to go there. The road does look a bit windy, but I think we can do it. Necesitamos música. We need music. Something baby lights gone down low. Is that a hammock? Oh my goodness. And now I get to go home and cook myself dinner and have a shower. Greece is turning me into a beer person. I'm so on the fence with the taste of beer. Like, I kind of like it. I've got some snacks. I've got some rusks and some olives, and I'm roasting some vegetables to make dinner. I want to have lentils with roast vegetables. I've got roast tomatoes, roast eggplant, and roast zucchini. And I'll add some capers and some herbs, some spinach, and have it with some bread. It honestly feels so nice to not have looked at my laptop the whole day. I'm thinking maybe I watch a movie tonight. Before I came here, I curated like a list of movies and YouTube videos, like interviews and podcasts that I wanted to watch while I'm here. And so I might have a look at that list and watch something. I used ChatGPT to try and find movies and things that I'd be into. ChatGPT is actually so helpful. I only started using it recently. I feel like I haven't been taking advantage of AI. Because you know when sometimes you've watched a movie or read a book or listened to something and you want to find something like kind of like that but a bit different, and you can just type into ChatGPT the vibe you're looking for and it will give you all your solutions and all the answers. I also used it when I was trying to find poems, because I put poems in the start of this journal, and I wanted ones that were centered around like nature and the sea because I knew I was going to be here. And it gave me some great poems which I've now got in my book. And it's so nice to be able to sit down and then flick back to these whilst I'm sitting down to write. If I want like some inspiration or just like to read something beautiful, I will turn to one of these pages. I also love that my mood board is coming to life. This was literally me today at the beach. Literally, wow. Dreams do come true. I've had such a good day. Best day ever. I love those days. I've had so many days. I want to write a list of that, of all the days that I can think of in my life that have felt like, you know, when you end the day and you're like, wow, that was the best day ever. I remember I was with my niece once and I took her to get like fried chicken during the day, and we had like spent the day outside, and then we sat down in my room to eat the fried chicken, and we had like little plates. It was like a little picnic on my yoga mat, and she was like, Auntie Cam, this is the best day ever. And it was so cute. And I always think of that. And that's how I feel right now. I'm channeling my niece's energy in me. This was the best day ever.
So the story what they tell it, I will tell us my moves.
I was trying to do a little painting when I was sitting at the pier. It's not finished yet. It needs me sitting down and then like the glow of the pier, but I don't know, I wasn't really vibing with it while I was doing it. Sometimes I start doing a painting and I'm like, oh, this is great. But this one, I don't know. But I'm trying not to judge any like sketches or paintings that I do. They're all just little expressions of the moment, and they don't have to be perfect. Really just to put in my journal to remember the moment. And now I can put it next to the one that I did from yesterday, this one. I might sit here and meditate for a bit, do a little bit of reading, and then go home and make some food, have some coffee, and then there's a Sunday market today in the village, and I might go and have a little wander around the market and then go home and get into my work that I have to do today. Time to go for a swim. If you wanna ride with me, put me down, do you listen up and lie to me? I'm about to go out and go to the market and have a wander around, maybe sit down and have a coffee. This is the sage that I picked on my run yesterday. Today's going to be a fabulous day, today's going to be a productive day, today's going to be a calming day, today's going to be a balanced day. Today is going to be a beautiful day. That's it. Amen. Let's go. Also, I took my knitting to the beach, but I didn't do any. But look at my scarf. Wow. It's only small so far. I wanted to make it thinner, like only half of the width, but like I'd already gotten this far and realised and can't be bothered to start again, so this is what we're working with. But I love the colour, I can't wait till it's done. And I love it because I've been doing it like throughout this whole trip, so it feels like I have lots of memories of like knitting this in different places and it's all in the one thing. And now whenever I look at this scarf later on, I'm gonna be like, oh, remember all the times when I sat down and did my knitting. And oh, to be a nostalgic girl. Let's go. These are my market purchases. I got this bag of spinach. So much spinach. So much spinach. And I got this honey, which the guy gave me a taste and it was so good. So I got that. And then I got this little melon because it was so small and cute. And I bought this phyllo pastry because I thought, let me make some spanakopita with all the spinach that I bought. So maybe I'll make that later with feta and spinach. I've got my comfy shorts on, which means it's time to start the work day. I'm gonna light some incense. I bought this incense in Athens the other day. I think it's called Livani. So I'm gonna light my charcoal. And put dropped. Nice, nice, nice. And I'm gonna put some jasmine flowers on top. Nice. I feel like I'm cooking when I make this incense. And I've also got a sage leaf that I picked. Amber, jasmine, and sage. Nice. Even just lighting incense feels like I'm like playtime. Like making some little concoction, like when you'd make mud cakes with dirt outside as a kid. Taking my food to come sit down and look at the view. Taste test. It's so good. So good. Might be the best one I've had in honey so far. You could do with a bit more pastry, but the filling is moment is perfect. The only way it would be better is if I'm sharing it with somebody. But it's still beautiful.